Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching American Doofus Show live on a Wednesday night, shortly after 10 p.m. And again, thank you all for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you're watching in YouTube. Like, share, and leave a comment if you would. We're going to have the chat board up tonight, and I'll be hopping over into the live chat, checking out any questions or comments. Tomorrow night we are going to have Apollo on, and if there's something you'd like for us to talk about, to speak about, to discuss, leave that in the comments. If you're not here live and you're watching the replay, leave that in the comments, and we'll go ahead and get started on our Wednesday evening. Some topics to talk about. Earlier today, put out a brief little broadcast, one story, the Indianapolis Police Department story that we touched on last night. Wanted to show the video that had surfaced today, and nothing new on that. I was hoping there would be some new information on that. There hasn't been anything new put out upon that. So something happened. Captain Kirk, William Shatner, the actor who portrayed Captain Kirk, went to space, and something kind of fitting about that after being in space for so long in fictional form, that he actually at 90 years old was able to make a journey into space. Albeit a brief journey. They go up and they're up there. I think they're weightless for like 90 seconds, a minute and a half, I think, to 2 minutes, something like that. And then they come back down to Earth. I'm sure he called it a profound experience, and I'm sure it is. I'm sure it was, but it also begs the question of is it a necessity in the times we live in? Just something to think about. John Gruden, the former coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, resigned over emails that were sent. Hey, Carpe. I hope you're doing well. I sincerely do. I'm doing 3 days a week for these first couple of weeks. I'm gradually going to get back into where I'm doing it. Hopefully, I'm doing it on doing this on a more regular basis. But back to what I was saying. I was told today that the NFL, National Football League, that within the NFL, there's a spectrum of perceptions, pardon me, about John Gruden and about the emails, from all the way from condemnation to total empathy and total understanding. I find that odd, but not really surprising. Again, the past couple of nights we've been talking about the culture that exists within a percentage of white males in our country that include the former president of the United States, that include Urban Meyer, the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars at the moment. And maybe, it appears that it includes John Gruden. The thing I've been thinking about is a lot of us, and me particularly, I'm always trying to talk about people talk to people about thinking about changing, and I talk with a lot of people about making changes. And I have, in the past, I've talked to a lot of people about making changes in the way they think, the way they act, the way they believe. Um, and it the question has to be asked: could John Gruden that wrote could he have changed in the 10 or 11 years since he wrote those emails to the present day? And it's just something to think about. Okay, I'm not going to get too deep into it. 100%. Nat Turner, what's up? Thank you, Nat. I'm keeping up. Again, I'm doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at the moment, and I'm going to get back into where I'm doing 5, 6, maybe 7 days a week. But I get some other stuff I'm dealing with at the moment, and thank you all for watching. Cheers, Komet. So we want people to change. And it doesn't seem like anybody's even considered the fact John Gruden, from the John Gruden that wrote those emails, even though they were private and not meant for public consumption, and even though they are the only emails that have been released out of 750,000 in an investigation of the Washington football team, which I find is odd, something to think about anyway. Could he have changed? Was that a different John Gruden? And again, I'm not apologizing for it. I'm not. The things I read in the emails are abhorrent, and but I feel like, as someone who's not constantly, but who oft times is talking to people about changing perspectives and changing things. Could he have changed? And can people change? And do people change? Or are we what we are? And it's predestined, and we can't change who we are. If that's the case, there's no such thing as free will. A lot of, just some deep things to think about. We're not going to pour it all out here tonight in our limited time. Hello, Wilbur Powell. Thank you for watching. Thank you, everybody, for watching. The thing that gets me is all the focus came down suddenly on John Gruden, on what he did 10 years ago, and it kind of took all the focus away from what Urban Meyer, the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, did 10 days ago. And the fact that the NFL leaked these emails, kind of targeting Gruden, if you will, makes me wonder what else could really be going on. And always remember that motives are important. Why people do things are important, because oftentimes they lead to other things that need to be exposed. And am I suggesting that the NFL is trying to cover something up by, hey, look over here, don't pay attention to what's happening over here? I don't know. Is it the NFL saying, creating a problem? Here's John Gruden's a problem. We're the victims of the problem. Here's the problem. John Gruden's the victim, or the source of the problem, and we're the victims of the problem. When in fact, the NFL may be the source of the problem from decades back. Just like if you remember, not too long ago, they were saying there was no correlation between brain injuries and former players committing suicide, that it wasn't caused by playing football. And then it comes out it was indeed caused by playing football. And as I look back 30, 40, 45, 44, 44 to 52 years ago, the time it'd be 42 to, anyway, look back on the time I played football and the number of hits in the head that you take. And they tried to play it off for a long time until finally it became, it became too big that it couldn't be hidden anymore. Is that what's going on here? Is there something so big that it can't be hidden anymore? Or is this just a necessity? And that's my hope. My hope is that John Gruden is who these emails portray him to be, and that the NFL is saying there's no place for this kind of leader, let alone person, underneath our organization. That could be the dawning of a totally new way of thinking. But at the same time, I've got my third novel's out. Okay, it's called America, Land of the Greed, Home of the Grave. It's a takeoff. The title's a takeoff on Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. It's a really good book. It's a multicultural book, and the representatives of the various communities of color that are in the book, including the Black community, they're not the bad guys, which is rather unique in literature at times, unless it's being written by someone in the community of color. So it makes it a little bit different. It's a reflection of where we might be now as a country, and it's also a projection of where we could go if we don't make some changes in our society. So the link to that is in the description, and I bring it up because I got an email from someone. Actually, it wasn't an email; it was a Facebook private message. So I present honestly as a Facebook private message, and they said it was disgraceful to use that title, and that I was nothing more than an effing N-word who devalued, it wasn't devalued, but I can't remember the exact word. It was about kneeling. It was about taking a knee during the national anthem, which I supported when it first happened. I understood why it was being done, and that it wasn't necessarily a reflection of respect or disrespect for the flag or for the veterans or anything else. It was just to draw attention to the fact that police brutality exists, and it exists in an unusually high percentage. Police brutality exists against members of the Black community. And but that's how some people think. So that person's not going to buy the book, and you may not buy the book either, and that's okay. But please help and forward the link on, or just forward this on if you'd like, and hopefully enough people buy the book. It's unconventional. The whole thing's unconventional. It's not, it's not a standard. It's not standard print. Standard print is you've got cover page and you open it up. There's usually a blank page, and then there is the title page. Well, my book's got two title pages because the title's big because it's important. It plays into the whole thing, and it's the first in a 3-part series. So if you like books that are in series form, and that's one of the things I've been doing. I've been working on part 2 of the series. But anyway, let me hop over here real quick. First Sergeant Dolby. Stay piping hot on top of those topics. Alliances include but are not limited to spreading word per the rightful demand to drop all charges per G. Grandmaster J. That's on my list to talk about here. The last segment is going to be about NFAC Watchdog, and a mention of Grandmaster J. So thank you for bringing that up. But before I get to that, something that we may not be thinking about, and I've mentioned on here in the past, it's been a couple of minutes. It's been probably a month, maybe a month and a half since I've talked about this. But oftentimes I have talked about unity, about uniting our country, and I've learned that I've been misspeaking. It's not about unity. It's about acceptance and cooperation and understanding, and just in many cases just minding your own business and let people be. But one thing in the past has unified a majority of our country in many situations, and sadly, that thing's war. And there's always the chance. I think as each day goes by, the chance for the far right to actually rise up and do something, I think as each day goes by, that just continues to slide down, the chance of something significant happening, because they don't have the numbers, they don't have the organization, and I'm talking big scale. Now, in certain areas, something could still happen. But when I say war at the moment, 6 months ago, it would have been Iran, and now it looks like it's China, and it's going to be all about money. Of course, we've talked about it on here. We touched on the fact that China is rather controlling the market in minerals that are going to be necessary for electronics and the next generation of communications and of technology. And it's also just about distraction here in the United States. There are a lot of people in the government that would welcome the distraction of the United States being at war. Why do I say China? Because there's a report that the Iron Dome missile defense system, the same one that we've shown here on this program again several months back during the when Israel was attacking Palestine, and then when Palestine would fire back, the Iron Dome missile defense system was what was activated. And there are reports that the Iron Dome, a similar Iron Dome defense system, is being deployed in the Taiwan area near China. So that's a preparation. The fact that we did an episode again a couple of weeks back that drills were ongoing. Drills about rapidly deploying and rapidly deploying either in attack or rapidly deploying in retreat. to various small individual islands from Guam. So we're going to keep an eye on that over the next few days as well. Okay, Ruby, what's the update with the NFAC? I don't really have an exact actual physical formal update from the NFAC. I wanted to mention again in the last segment here of the live that I lost viewers, I lost supporters, I lost some people that I thought were friends because of reporting on the fact that the NFAC watchdog group had been gathering information and evidence against people that were scamming the Black community and scamming the Black community, and specifically a certain situation. You don't make money telling the truth. Okay. We often see that in mainstream news media. Okay. Let alone what we see online. And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. We all did the right thing. The NFAC, the watchdog, NFAC watchdog, compiling the information was the right thing. Giving it to me so I reported on it was the right thing, because I didn't taint it. I didn't exaggerate it. I didn't use it for my own good or my own benefit. I just put it out there as a news story. And they're still doing the work. Don't think that the NFAC watchdog has stopped what they're doing, or that it's limited to any individual or any small number of individuals. They're still doing the work. We're still in contact, and there's you need to follow NFAC watchdog and keep up with what they are putting out. Make your own decisions, as always, but look at the information and judge for yourself. And I still honestly and sincerely believe that it's a good thing that these members of the Black community are trying to police and protect the Black community. And I think more people ought to be involved, and I think that that other groups should follow suit. And hello, Thunder. No, I haven't heard anything about CIA. I'm going to look into that right now. I'm getting ready to sign off here, and when I do, after I take care of the dog, CIA agents getting knocked off. Is that here at home, or is that abroad? Is that like, are we looking at the possibility that, someone's leaked a list of CIA agents internationally to a certain government, and that government's taking them out? That's what I'll be checking into here when we get off. So we know Grandmaster Jay did did have a hearing on the 6th of October. And to my understanding, it was just a hearing. I don't know for sure if a trial date has been set, or if things just, okay, gotcha, Thunder. That's kind of what I was thinking probably would be the case, that it was abroad. So I don't know yet. If I do hear, I will report it, unless asked not to. And have I asked? No, I haven't. I haven't contacted the NFAC about it. If there's information that gets out, they can let me know. If there's otherwise, it's private. It's his business. It's that's it. That's it. It's America. It's Grandmaster Jay's business. And what he wants his people to know, they probably already know, or he knows ways to get the information out there. But again, it's gone on a long, long time. You know, we're coming up on a year, and we're coming up on a year since it first started that Joe Biden somehow stole the election, that the Democrats are somehow smart enough to figure out how to rig an election. For those that really believe that, you've never been involved with the Democrat Party. I'll just leave it at that. Been on here about a half an hour, and that's what I was hoping to do. Again, thank you, Ruby. Thank you, Thunder, First Sergeant. Who else has popped in the chat? Carpe. Thank you all. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Kemet, sorry. Wilbur, Nat, 100% Black. Love you all. Thank you all for watching. And again, if you can help me promote the book, it's greatly appreciated. Share this video with your lists, or copy and paste the link to Amazon. It's available in the United States, in Canada, in Mexico, in India, in Spain, France, Italy, the UK, Australia, Japan, and I think that's it. I don't think it's in Central and South America yet. But anyway, it's on Amazon in all those locations, so it's available worldwide. Thank you again so much for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment. And again, I'm going to have Apollo with me tomorrow night. We're going to be talking about, I know for sure we're going to be talking about this topic. We're going to be talking about mental health. And I look forward to having the opinion of a strong, independent young Black man. And I love having Apollo on. We have good conversations. And I'm going to ask him about, we're going to talk about mental health, but is there like a sickness? Is there a nationwide sickness mentally that a disproportionate percentage of our population is suffering from? And is it a cult? A lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to think about. Hopefully we've given you some of those things to think about tonight. Again, Carpe, thank you. Thank you all for watching. I love you. Peace, blessings, shalom, salam, and namaste. Don't be a doofus. It is the American Doofus Show, but the last thing you need to do is be a doofus. I love you all. Peace.